Good morning, everyone. Ho, not morning where you're at? That's okay, because you can have eggs for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Welcome to episode 68 of Three Eggs Are Better Than One. I am Brad Stanton, along with fellow eggs Matt M. and Brian Haremza. Thank you so much for all the positive feedback from last week. We really appreciate it. We had a really good time doing it. What did we do? Not so leading men? I think
Yeah,
that's about right.
And women.
and some
Yeah,
women.
which was not supposed to happen. But anyway, if it is your first time listening to the show, we do something called Sunny Side Up. We like to keep it positive here. That's our good news of the week. So, Brian, enlighten us.
Sunny side up. Wow. Well, I have been on the road a lot here the last several days, traveling for work, and the sunny side up is just surviving. As I am home, it is 70 degrees and fires burning all around me. There are two fires currently burning in the state of Nebraska here. One is about 20 miles to the south east of me, and one is about 60 miles to the west of me. It has burned a total of almost 600,000 acres currently as we record, and it's a devastating thing going on out here. So to me, the sunny side up is just the aspect of this of all of us in our communities coming together to help to support these local fire departments. They're calling in. We're in Western Nebraska. We've got everybody from the eastern side of the states coming in. Colorado's been coming in to help as well. Just the sense of pride that we've taken to also to support, help, do what we can. Me and my company, we've donated several hundreds of cases of Gatorade, water, whatever we have to local departments to help out. So to me, it's just Sunny Side Up is coming together to support and help out in this really trying times right now here.
Yeah, that's rough. So it's dry there, huh?
Very dry, yes, which is only made worse by it's dry here, but when you go east, because I was traveling east, they had two different snowstorms roll through in a matter of 3 days.
Hmm.
And it's 70 where you're at.
And it's 70 where I am. Yeah. But the eastern side of the state is getting hit with snowstorms. So Nebraska. Yeah.
So what is burning down? Are people losing their homes?
There have been some homes lost. There have been some, it's a lot of cattle land, a lot of ranches. There have been some homes destroyed. I know with the one out to the west, there's been some actual historical landmarks that have been burned down because of this, which is very unfortunate as well. But it's just we're a lot of open plain here, a lot of pasture land, and that's what's been kind of getting taken up right now. So,
Too bad.
yeah, it's not good. But like I said, seeing everybody come together has just been the real good bright spot for this.
Well, that's good. You could find a silver lining in this. Good you have a good community that everybody's looking to help out
Yeah.
statewide, and other states. So good for you.
Yeah.
So I've heard a rumor that Matt M has a lot. So whatever you guys were doing at home, whatever you thought this segment was going to be, buckle up. Matt,
Buckle up.
the floor is yours.
Yeah, I've got a variety. First, I think we've been remiss in thanking Devin for our most recent artwork update. So thank you for that. Little comic booky looking thing there. Also, I want to give a shout out to my old friend that I grew up with, VJ, who apparently listens from time to time, and I think he might be listening to this one. So, hey there, buddy. Thanks for
Yeah,
listening.
set up.
A little follow up to I recited the Nintendo poem on last week's episode, and I sent the clip of it to my buddy who it was actually his assignment that we worked on it together, and we were reminiscing and laughing about it. And he said it was his second period English class, and we wrote the poem. We had the first period class together, and it was due in second period. So we wrote it together in that 45 minutes before it was due. And the assignment was to write an ode. And I think we succeeded for him in writing an ode. This is random, but do you guys know what year Family Guy started?
Yes. 1991.
No, 91.
1999.
99, which is very long ago. That's
Yes.
a, that's a long time ago. There's going to be a Stewie spinoff next year. 28 years after the original debut, which is completely ridiculous. I just
Is
thought
he
that
still
was,
going to be one, or is he going to be?
and now it's going to be the
Yeah.
same. It's going to be, you ever see the episodes where it's like him and Brian go on these crazy
I
adventures?
love those ones. I
Yeah,
love those
I
ones.
think it's going to be more like that, you
Yeah,
know?
those are fun. They just start singing songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good stuff.
So I was in Florida for a few days.
Again,
I went to some spring training games.
again. No, I'm sorry. No.
No, first time I ever went to spring training games. Do you guys know what the Florida Spring Training League is called?
Grapefruit.
It's the Grapefruit League, and I got this for my son, and I wanted to show. He wanted me to show it. It is a little teddy bear that says Grapefruit League on it. And then, of course, I explained to him that the other half of the teams play in Arizona, and that's called the Cactus League. And now he wants me to get him the Cactus League bear. And the only way to do that is to go to Arizona. So
Sounds very dry.
So let's also throw this out here real quick. As a sidebar, there's a obviously a chat between us. Matt sends a picture of Don Mattingly as he is standing in the dugout, and I tell him that he should yell down to him and tell him that he loves him. Did you do it?
I did not, but I was sitting. Okay, so he is the bench coach for the Phillies now.
I'm really
And
excited to have him.
I was sitting like just a few rows behind the Phillies dugout, and I was wearing Yankees hat because I'm a Yankees fan, and
Mhm.
obviously Johnny Baseball was on the Yankees in his playing career. So I did shout his name a little bit and get his attention, and just kind of like signaled to the hat, and he gave me the nod of approval. That was it.
No,
That was it.
everybody likes Don Mattingly.
Everybody likes Don Mattingly. So you know what else I liked about the Florida spring training stadiums? You walk around there, it's hot, it's sunny. They have sunscreen dispensers just in case
Just in case.
you didn't lather up or you need to reapply. Also, while I was in Florida, I ate octopus for the first time.
Mm.
Didn't need to do that, and won't be doing it again. And finally, I want to add something to our conversation from last week when we talked about actors or actresses who we thought maybe were projected to be really strong leading men, megastars that didn't work out. And then Brad, you pointed out somebody that is very successful that we think maybe doesn't make so much sense. Keanu Reeves, right? Even though everybody loves him, he's got some intangibles that we love. Maybe the acting skills aren't quite there, and he's obviously landed himself in some great movies and series that have been very successful. I came up with somebody else that's kind of like that. I don't know if he's at the tippy top, but man, he is in just everything. James Marsden.
Yeah.
Now, when
Mm.
I first learned of James Marsden, it was because he was Cyclops in the X-Men movies many years ago when he was much younger. But look at this list of things that this guy has been in and continues to be in. At the start of his career, he was one of those actors where he was in like one episode of this, one episode of that. Saved by the Bell, the new class, one episode. The Nanny, Blossom, Party of Five, Touched by an Angel, The Outer Limits, Ally McBeal. All right, now he starts to get cast in movies. Zoolander, The Notebook, Superman Returns, rom-coms like 27 Dresses. I mean, I've already hit like 3, 4 different genres there. He was on 30 Rock for a while. He's in the Sonic the Hedgehog movies.
Yeah, he's good in that.
He was on Westworld on HBO.
Yeah.
He was on Dead to Me on Netflix. He was on that Jury Duty show where it was kind of like a fake reality show where he played himself on Amazon. He's currently on Paradise in Hulu. The guy has done everything you could possibly do, and I mean no disrespect to him at all, but he's just kind of there. He's just kind of there. I'm sure he's a pro, handsome fella. He's probably never late to work. He probably he probably never messes up his lines. He's collecting these paychecks. But what a friggin' career this guy. He's all over the place. Who is this guy?
I mean, I like him. I never thought him as a leading man, even though he's probably been in a lot of things. I remember him in Enchanted. He played like the prince, and he's in a lot of stuff, like you said. And he's funny. He's a little bit quirky, actually.
Okay,
Funny.
let me put it this way to you. Have you ever seen somebody do a James Marsden impression?
No,
No.
there's no such thing.
No, there's no such
Hmm.
thing. Just there. You could do a Keanu Reeves impression.
Yeah, just not cry when you're trying to.
I, I'm also going to say on the James Marsden thing, he's also a fantastic voice actor. He does a lot of cartoons. Max from a Goofy movie, he is the son in that. Uh,
Wow.
so there's a deep cut for me. Yeah, he does a lot of good. I don't view him as a leading man, but I view him as that guy who's in a lot of
Yeah.
things.
He's the range, right?
Yes.
The range of things he's in. I'm not sure he has that range, but man, he's just in everything.
What I think is that he just takes whatever job he's got.
Yeah, he's one of those. I mean some people they're just in everything.
He is 10, 15 years away, 20 years away from some geezer teasers, if you know what I'm saying.
I
Could be.
mean, he's in really well watched stuff.
Yeah.
He's not in B-list
No,
things
he's in a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
A lot of good stuff.
and continues to be. And I saw while I was looking this up, I saw that they're making a Sonic the Hedgehog 4.
I like Sonic. I mean, it's just
Yeah, well, I
easy.
like
It's
Jim
easy.
Carrey being in them. That's like the bookend to his career is he's only doing these Sonic movies and that's it.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, I know that was a lot.
It
Thank you.
was a lot. It was a lot. And
was
you know what I just noticed about the outline? I've never done it this way before. I'm always in the middle.
Yeah, because
yeah,
you go right after with hard
because you're right
boiled.
after us.
What
Yeah.
a huge mistake.
Yeah, but well, you're not perfect. You're
And not
human.
perfect. My sunny side up is not a sunny side up at all. It is an observation in a PSA. Years ago, I was working for a place over in New Jersey, and I was newly single kind of thing, or whatever, a couple years, and clothes and stuff like that weren't a real priority in my life at the time. I was kind of scraping by, and I was working there, and my boss said, "Let me tell you something. If you hit this goal this month, you're not. I'm not giving you money. We need to work on something else. We need to work on your clothes." So I hit the goal, and then what happened was a tailor came in and he took my measurements for pants and shirts. And they made four shirts and four pair of pants for me, uh, different styles like that. And they also had my initials on the on my wrist and everything like that. So that was 22 years ago. I just got rid of the last shirt today. There is something to be said about buying quality product. There are a lot of great deals out there, you think, but maybe it's okay to spend a few extra dollars on shoes or a shirt and it lasts you for 20 years. Because that's saying something. So yeah, just went through that last shirt now. The button came off the top and that was it.
Huh. It's a long
Sunny
time.
side up.
It's a long time. And this one had your initials on the cuff?
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
BJS, which is they're horrible initials.
Yeah,
BJ is horrible. BS is horrible. BJ's is horrible.
is
There's nothing good.
is the S smaller than the B and the J?
Yes.
Uh,
So that's all I have today. So, sometimes the other eggs have to shorten things up because
Sometimes.
of the extremely long sunny side up that Matt has. And we're never is any good news.
I mean, sure, there was good news. I told you about the sunscreen
It was so
dispensers.
long ago, I forgot. I actually do have a few hard boileds this week. So I had a
Oh,
pair of pants that I like. I like this pair of pants, the black pair of pants. And now we're back to clothing. And the zipper broke on it. So my wife got a thread needle and did all that, and she fixed the zipper. Well, guess what? I zipped it up once and it was broken again. So I took the pants to the dry cleaner and just said, "Can you fix the zipper?" And then I left. And I look at my receipt, not my receipt, but the slip they give you for when you come back, and it has the prices on there. How much do you guys think to fix a zipper on a pair of pants?
28.
Brian?
I was at 32.
All right, it's 20,
Ah,
which I still think is excessive. Very
Yeah.
excessive.
very
And the
much
reason
so.
I say that is and I've already dropped it off now. It's too late. I texted my wife, "How much do these damn pants cost?" That's the question. 35. So I'm paying $20 zipper on a $35 pair of pants just because I find them comfortable. I'm sure I can get another pair of pants out there.
Yeah, that's the universe just wants you to get new
Well,
pants.
I should have got new pants because that was the better value in that situation.
Yeah.
Now I have a secondhand zipper. Anyway, a little hard boiled on that I just didn't catch it. I didn't ask. I figured $10 or less. I don't know why. So I got vaccines on Tuesday. I'm 50. There's a whole list of vaccines you're supposed to get. And I posted on Facebook because it was just a lot going on. But I got three on the same day. I got the pneumonia vaccine, I got the first part of the shingles vaccine, and I got the tetanus. It knocked me on my ass. Okay. So I was okay that day. I actually went to the gym afterwards, and about three-quarters of the way through, I said, maybe I need to slow down. And I did. That night, I was so ready for bed. I was achy all over, went to sleep. Woke up the next day. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot miss another day of work. So I go in. I know I had a fever, but it's not like a fever anybody's going to catch because it's, something you got from a vaccine. And I went to bed last night at 8 o'clock and woke up at 8:30 in the morning. Still another PSA out there. I don't think three's good. Three at once. And I actually think the doctor should say, Brad, maybe we should only get two. And that should be his call. And here's another thing about the doctor. I said, hey, maybe, I'm 50 years old. Let's test my testosterone levels. He goes, boy, that's a good idea. What the fuck? That's a good idea. These are things you should be coming to me with. These are supposed to be your ideas, not my ideas. I shouldn't be giving you these ideas based on some Facebook post I read 3 months ago. Come on,
That's
dude.
pretty
You're
good.
the doctor. You're the doctor. I'm the car salesman. So I'm running. I'm running. It's been nice here, and it's nice to run outside again. Not today so much, but a few days back. And guess who pulls over on the side of the road while I'm running is my adjuster, the one that's supposed to be fixing my roof. Oh, now you want to talk? Now you're ready. I'm running. Okay. I live right there. You know I'm headed there. Can I finish my run and you turn around? Nope. I'm running in place and this guy's having a conversation with me. That is not the time to talk to someone.
What?
Who talks to someone when they're in the middle of running?
You should have absolutely ignored him and kept running.
I couldn't ignore him. And he slams on the brakes in front of me. His wife's in the car. She's like, what the fuck? Scared to death. I'm sure she's seen it before.
Tell him if he wants to talk to you, he has to run with you.
Yeah. Okay. And finally, I don't, I kind of like the cookware we have in our house. I'm used to it. Anytime there's new cookware, I feel like there's some new rules attached to it, like, pots and pans and stuff. Well, my wife decided to buy ceramic cookware. And now you're not supposed to spray it at all. You have to watch the heat and make sure the heat is right because it heats up quicker. Listen, what was wrong with what we had? She said this is a healthier way of living. I don't want to be healthier like that. I want regular pots and pans. People have been living on regular lead-based pots and pans for years. Let's go. Hard boiled.
That was a lot of hard boiled,
Yeah, they were short and sweet though.
by the way. And you started out, you always say they're short and sweet.
They're short and sweet.
You started out with the clothing thing. Couple comments. First of all, I picture the adjuster while you're jogging, he's riding next to you on a bike talking to you, like in Punch Out. I don't know if anybody's gonna know
That
that
would be great.
reference.
And I love that. I love that game and I like that part.
Yeah. Um, so speaking of vaccines, so my son actually had the flu recently, and it was actually we were kind of shocked when he got the diagnosis because yes, he was sick, but he wasn't like terribly sick. It was enough that like, hey, let's not go to school, but it
Right.
wasn't like in bed all day. And um, somebody said, well, did he have a flu shot? I said, yeah, he did, and they said, well, that's probably why it wasn't so bad. And I went, huh, probably, probably. That's all.
Bryant, you good?
Oh, I have one more thing.
Oh, never mind, Bryant.
You're three vaccines at once. So, it might it might just be better to just have the bad experience once instead of two times,
I
right?
just don't know if they're each treated. I don't know if they're each equal, like with what they make you feel like. I actually heard the shingles one is pretty rough,
Yeah.
but I
But
can't prove it.
yeah, I'm just saying that could be why. It's like you don't get wisdom teeth pulled individually. You just get them all done at
Yeah,
once.
I know what you mean. I
Yeah.
know what you mean.
As someone who has had shingles twice, Recommend continuing to get that vaccine there, buddy.
Yeah, well, I got part two in 2 to 5 months. 2 to 5, by the way. What is that?
God, what
Kind
kind
Sounds
of
like a
timeline
good
is that?
sounds like a good idea, Brad.
2 to 5. All right. So next time yeah, okay, whatever. I'll try to remember in 2 to 5 months. Which brings us to hatching, and we haven't done this in a little bit. Is what we're watching. We're big TV guys. We admit it. I mean, 2 out of 3 of us read. One of us watches TV. So, Bryant, what you watching?
I am watching a couple of different shows that are on a completely different scale of different shows to watch. One of them is I'm not going to call it a reboot by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a redo. Scrubs. Scrubs is
Hmm.
back. Scrubs is trying it again. They're actually calling it season one. If you look at their if you're on their TV guides, it says season one. So it's I'm calling it a reboot. It has the original cast, which I appreciate. It's Turk, it's JD, it's Carla. Um, you've got, and then of course, you got JD and Elliot doing, whatever they're doing. But it's still early on. It's it's a different show. It's not the nostalgia that we love from our youth, but it's something completely different. But it's still the same characters trying to just be older. We saw them when they were young. Now we're seeing them as they get older, and how life has changed, what they're doing now, and their roles in the hospital. And I think it's different. I'm still trying to get adjusted, but giving it a shot. I figure why not try it and see what it's about. So,
It's one of those shows that really didn't have to end.
right.
It was good. It was funny. It was clever. I think that's a good word for it.
Hmm.
They kind of like Family Guy in some of the ways they go off and stuff that makes zero sense.
Yeah.
I love that. I haven't tried the new season yet, or the new one yet. I mean,
Yeah. No, it's interesting. So, Matt, have you seen it?
No, and I have never seen the original Scrubs.
oh, you would like
What
it.
is it? You
It's
would like
smart.
Scrubs.
It's funny that you
Yeah.
would like. You're kind of
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like it was it the sort of show where like suddenly they'd go off and be singing a song or
Yeah,
something.
They've done that a few
kind of like on
episodes. Yeah.
Family Guy.
Yeah.
It's
One whole episode of Scrubs is literally a musical. It's one whole episode.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't it's just never I don't know. I never got into it. It's not I would call this one a revival, not a reboot.
A revival, yes, I would go with
I like
that. So,
that term. I like that term revival.
but
yeah.
don't call it a comeback.
Yeah. I Yeah,
Boom.
exactly. There it is. I have a second show, but I'm afraid to say it because I'm afraid my fellow eggs are watching it.
Say
So
it.
I'm
No, please. I'm glad I'm going last because I'm hoping you guys cover some of the stuff I was gonna say.
Gosh, can't you just have one thing and be
Nope.
done? I'm not
Yeah.
talking to you, Bryant.
Yeah. So because like I said, I'm watching two different shows. One's on this end, it's a comedy, it's funny, it's all this, and then I'm on this end, and it's called DTF St. Louis.
Yes.
Hallelujah!
Uh,
Thanks for knocking that off his list.
Yes.
Yeah. DTF St. Louis. It's this interesting show about this dating app and how Jason Bateman is the lead, which I do enjoy everything. A lot of Jason Bateman stuff. Linda Cardinelli's in it. David Harbour's in it, who's off of Stranger Things fame. Also, I also love Richard Jenkins. He's in this as well. He's the detective in this. I do love his work as well. It's still early on. They've only done a few episodes so far. I'm really liking it. It's this kind of mystery crime. It's a love triangle. It's this love interest stories, and you're just seeing what it's about. I don't want to give too much away. Like I said, it's still early on, but I've been really intrigued and really interested in it so far. So DTF St. Louis, it is on HBO Max, however long that still lasts. But that is the other show I'm watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Matt's watched it.
It's good. So DTF does stand for what you think it does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I figured.
yeah. I was about to say yeah.
Yeah.
It
That's
is
actually
exactly
what
you think
slowed
it
me
is.
down a little bit.
Yeah. No, it's like a dark comedy.
Yeah.
It is by every metric an HBO show.
Yes.
Let's put it that way.
Yes,
David
Oh.
Harbour is fantastic in it.
yes, yes.
His profession is hilarious.
Yep.
I think her name is Linda Cardellini, right? I think you might have said it wrong.
Oh yeah, I think I did. Cardellini, yeah.
I thought it was close enough.
She's underrated. She's never really been too big time, but I think
Mhm.
she's selective about her roles, and they're all pretty good roles.
She was
Pretty-
great
Yeah.
in Grandma's Boy.
Pretty
Yes, she was.
pretty good roles and good looking lady. So that's yeah. What else? Oh, Richard Jenkins. he is crushing it on that
Yes, he
show.
is. He is amazing. He
Cru-
is he is the best part of that show.
He
I love Jason Bateman. Love him in this. Love Richard
Everybody on,
Jenkins in this.
yeah, no, the performances on the show are all an A plus. Richard Jenkins, who's had a marvelous career, is just absolutely crushing it.
Okay, my turn. So it's funny because I was going to talk about this show either way, and I was going to talk about what I was going to be watching later in the week. And everything came to a head today. And if you were watching any kind of social media or maybe in your Google feeds, so my show is The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Hmm.
We're on season 4. They put the whole season again on Hulu. We got through about. I try to. My wife loves it, so we watch about one a night or every other night. We're not going to binge, but we're going to try to keep up. Well, her name is Taylor Frankie. Geez, I can't think of the last name, because it's weird. But she's just pretty much the star of the Mormon Wives, and she is going to be on The Bachelorette. And it was an odd choice, and I thought it was an odd choice because this is not like what I would think about The Bachelorette. I would just think about a single woman, a beautiful single, maybe somewhat successful woman. Um, well, she's beautiful, and she is single, but she hasn't always been single. She has been married. She has 3 kids. She has an ex-husband, and she has an ex-boyfriend. And it's just different than what you would think when you're putting someone in there for The Bachelorette. So I thought it was an odd choice. Plus, she's drama. I mean, she's gotten better on the show, but plus she's drama. Well, as of today, Disney has pulled The Bachelorette because video footage has been released that she was throwing chairs at her baby's father in front of her child. So Disney actually canceled The Bachelorette, which was set to premiere as we record this yesterday, or record this
It's
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah,
So
as
3 days from now.
you hear this yesterday. I think that is a
Uh,
wholly bold move by Disney because this is
Hmm.
costing them millions of dollars. I
so
crazy.
they shot it
Also,
already?
yes, it's already been filmed because
Oh,
they've already filmed most of the season.
I
So
wasn't
she,
sure how that worked because I've never watched it, Bachelorette. We were going to watch it this time. Taylor, Frankie, Paul, and then we were going to and then we find out. I don't know if they're live at the end. Is that how it works? I don't know, but
Yeah,
I know that they
the ending
probably
is live. Yeah.
filmed like I was gonna say at least half to 2/3 of the season. This is a disaster, a disaster.
well, Brian, you know an awful lot about The Bachelorette.
Yeah, it's because his name is Devin and he gives me insights.
I
Uh,
believe that, and Devin's probably going to love this part of the show. But I just thought I'd bring it up because we are watching it. We enjoy the Mormon Wives. 2 of them were on Dancing with the Stars. I mean, they are so rich right now, and they are showing it in the show. Like they're home just doing these tick to mom talks where you haven't even seen lately, going to events, and they have daycare in their home. Like they have a woman that's watching their kid while they're sitting down doing this. There's someone there watching their child, and they're hot too, by the way. Anyway. That's what I'm watching. So, Matt,
DTF Mormons.
no
All
doubt.
right, a few things. I mentioned Paradise. I'm not going to get into it, but if you liked Lost, you probably like Paradise. It's on
Oh, damn
Hulu.
it. You knew that's what sells me. You
It's on,
know that's what sells
it's
me.
on Hulu. It's in the second season, already been renewed for a third.
Okay,
Uh, I've
Paradise.
I've been enjoying a new Taylor Sheridan show that debuted on Paramount Plus called
Mm,
The Madison.
I'm gonna watch that too.
It was originally going to be a Yellowstone spinoff, but it turns out I don't think it is. It's still in the universe because they mention Yellowstone and the property, the ranch, but there's really no ties to the existing story or characters. Michelle Pfeiffer is the star. You know, she did a lot of work when she was younger. I don't know how much she does these days, so I can't say I'm all that familiar with her. She is just phenomenal, really commanding the show. It has an interesting storyline. Kurt Russell's in it. Some other familiar faces that are not big names, but you probably recognize them. It's a good show. If you like Yellowstone and its accompaniments, it's pretty good. It's only 6 episodes. They released 3 already, and they're going to release the next 3 this weekend, and that'll be it.
No, I'm interested in watching all 3 of those.
Yeah. Um, well, I mentioned two. The third one, do you guys remember a show from a couple years ago? It was on Hulu called Shogun. So
No, that's it.
the first season of this actually aired in 2024. And when it came time for award season, it completely dominated for television. Now, I understand, watching stuff is subjective and awards can be subjective and doesn't mean anything. but it won for outstanding drama. It won for acting, writing, directing, and all the production stuff. Production design and costumes and hair and makeup and you name it. So when you win all of that stuff, you gotta at least tip your cap and think this is a hell of a production.
Hmm.
This show, I am so enthralled by this show because I finally got around to watching it. I'm like halfway through the first season, and there will be more. I guess it takes them pretty long time to produce it, but it's like 1600 in like samurai Japan, and this pirate ship sort of stumbles into Japan, and there's this Englishman ship captain who's basically a barbarian in comparison to the way that you see Japanese samurai depicted, where they're living by like a very strict code, and he's like the complete opposite. But they can't just do away with him. He has this unique value, and it's like a crossing of worlds. And there's women, and it's got everything. There's war, and it's really gripping. And I'm like, I should have watched it when it was on. I'm like so into like I'm gonna go watch more when we're done here because it's so good. By the way, immediately prior to this, while I was waiting for one of you, which I shall not name, I was
Right.
reading. I was reading.
What are the TV guide from the 80s?
The
Yes,
newspaper?
right, with Al Roker on the yeah.
Yeah. All set?
That's all I got.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, sorry, I didn't have a lot.
All right, which brings us to scrambled eggs, and that would be Bryant. Bryant, what do you got for us?
What is that? I forget what that is.
Scrambled eggs are inconsistencies, whether they be little things, big things, just things we catch, don't catch, things that come up later. Um, I'm going to go with movies today to kind of cover some inconsistencies of little things you might have missed. It's kind of a little bit of an Easter egg, but at the same time, it's just those little misses that, kind of just throw you off a little bit. We'll go with. So I've got a few here, and we'll start off with. Has anybody here seen American Sniper, starring Bradley Cooper?
Yeah.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood movie, right?
Yes, Clint Eastwood movie. There's a scene in there where Bradley Cooper is, it was a good movie, but it's also just one of these scenes where out of nowhere you just have this spot where Bradley Cooper's in the scene. He's holding a baby, and um, he's the father to this newborn child. But the thing is that makes it awkward is when you see him, you clearly tell that's a doll. It's not a real baby. And I don't understand how you missed this when you put the movie
It's
out.
very stiff.
Very stiff, yes. As someone who's not been a father, I have held babies before, but I don't think I've ever had a baby go that stiff on me
I'm
before.
gonna tell you this. Women don't notice it because they love Bradley Cooper. They're not looking at the baby, they're only looking at Brad.
Well, yeah, look at that man. He's
I mean,
gorgeous.
yeah, he's beautiful.
He's a beautiful man. So, what inconsistency there? Obviously, we got to catch that. We
That's
got
a
to get a
bad
real
one.
baby.
That's a
We
real
got to
bad
get a
one.
real baby.
There's more lifelike dolls out there than that. I mean, come on.
This is true as well. We also got to point out some James Bond stuff as well. There's some inconsistencies in James Bond. In Doctor No, 1962, of course. Here we see the great, here we see our great James Bond. He's driving away. As you can see, he's clearly on a dirt road. But if we're on a dirt road, why do you hear the tire screeching when he goes around corners? Why do you hear tire screeching when he comes to a stop? He's on a gravel road.
Hmm. It doesn't make sense.
I feel like driving on a dirt road right now.
Oh, it's so relaxing, isn't it?
This sounds
It just sounds so peaceful. But it's just it's one of those things of you clearly see it. You see the thing going on, and I don't know why no one's in the background going, this makes no sense. Like, what are we doing here? But no. Gravel road, tire screeching. Brad, please test this theory out for us for next
You know
time.
what's funny is like this really hasn't gotten much better this in the car business with the screen behind you
No.
because I recently we all watched Sinners and there is actually a scene in that that is very much it's Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan and they are not going anywhere and it is so obvious to me and
Hmm.
that is 2025.
Yeah.
They need to something that just hasn't
Yeah.
improved.
you
Nowadays they just shoot it actually in the car to make it look real.
Yeah, I was about to say, and anymore, it's still used in think of most of your popular sitcoms. The road trip episode of the sitcom, they still do this. It's the
Yeah.
green screen. You sitting in the car,
Right.
they rock the car for effect.
What about
Yeah.
this? How they're doing this?
Yeah, it's always the 10 and 2 and just shaking the
Why is
wheel
the
like it's
car
out of control.
rocking?
Yeah,
It's not a rowboat.
yeah, no. So, for our next movie here, we're going to talk the American classic that is Grease. We all know Grease, John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, and doo-wop, shawaba wabbas, and all that stuff, of course. But we got the scene where Frenchie's going to the diner. It's late at night, and we're getting ready to obviously hear one of the fantastic songs, "Beauty School Dropout." Go back to high school, not the point. But in the scene, they're going down the stairs, and she's going to flick on, and the waitress is going to flick on the light switch. As you can clearly tell, she misses it completely. Not even trying, but the lights come on. Lights flick on.
Ah, wow, that is a deep cut.
Hey, I do a lot of research on this, guys. I take pride in inconsistencies.
Wow.
I take pride in Easter eggs and inconsistencies, guys.
Oh boy.
So yeah, clearly a miss, but those lights come on for us. So
One of the
also
Easter eggs here is that Frenchie's hair was considered an Easter egg.
that is true too. Also going to throw it out there. That's the color of hair that my wife would love to have, but she does not because she also thinks it'll be a lot of work to do. We mentioned an actress last week from this movie, Never Been Kissed, a popular movie. They have a scene in there where in Never Been Kissed, it's Pie Day, so they have pie and the numerical value for pi as we see here. But only a real nerd would notice this. That number is wrong.
Yeah.
I do
That
think I know the beginning is 3.1415, isn't it?
Correct.
Correct. You are correct.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the wrong value for pi is used in the movie here, which I just find absolutely hilarious to me. So, and again, if you know it, you're going to point it out. But if not, you just run with it and just think, okay, it's the movie. Who cares, right? For our final one, we're going to go a little more current. Have you guys seen Oppenheimer?
No.
So,
Of course Matt has. Of
Of course,
course.
Matt has. In the movie is based and set through the 1940s. But an interesting scene here, as we see the American flags being waved, an odd thing is that these flags are the current flags with 50 stars. If you think of the 1940s, we only have 48 states at the time, as Alaska and Hawaii do not join the Union until the 1959. 50 stars during a time where we only had 48 states. Foreshadowing? Maybe. I mean, we know it, but just an interesting little tidbit for a movie there.
You think Christopher Nolan is very upset when he learned that?
Knowing him, probably. That
Oof.
man seems like he cares a lot about these little things.
Oof. Look at that tie.
Yeah. I don't want to be in the next meeting with him.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So, but like I said, just kind of a few things here and there. Oh, there's always those little things you can find in these movies. Like I said, I like to do some deep cuts on some random things, but always fun to do some searching.
Very good, Bryant. Always enjoy doing that and the Easter eggs with you. Which brings us to the omelet. And for once, we're not going to talk about what Matt doesn't like. We're going to talk about, I believe it's quotes.
Things we say. Not necessarily quotes, can be quotes, but just things we say. Now, this is not necessarily intentional, but by the natural order of things, so much of what I'm going to bring here is what me and my wife often say to each other. You know, we live together and we talk, we're the people that are around each other the most and talk to each other the most. So that just happens to be how it goes. I'm going to share some and then hopefully you guys, hopefully you guys have some. Did you guys ever see the movie Wet Hot American Summer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was years after the movie, there was a couple of Netflix seasons, and it had a lot of the original actors and some newer actors. And John Slattery was in one of the first day of camp episodes. And he would just say ridiculous things. And one of the things he said that for some reason we repeat in this house is because he was an acting teacher. He said, "You have to inhabit it or leave it in the cabinet," which just makes no sense, but I think is just absolutely hilarious. And for some reason, we find an opportunity to say it in this house.
Wow, you fit that in, huh?
Nice.
Is at the top.
That's impressive.
There's something about Mary. Now, obviously, many years before the present day 6-7 phenomenon, but there was the hitchhiker scene, and the guy's brilliant idea was 7-minute abs to be 1 minute shorter than the successful 8-minute abs. And it was suggested to him, well, why not just do six? And he would say, not six, 7. And he got real mad about it. So something I find myself saying. There's a lot of Jim Carrey on here. A lot. Kind of hot in these rhinos. I mean, that's appropriate whenever it's hot, right?
I could agree with that, man.
Like a glove. I mean, I say that if
Like
I
a glove.
like a glove if I park well, or another situation where maybe I fit something. I was reorganizing in the kitchen or something. You guys ever watch House?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
So House was a very, very good show. Hugh Laurie played Dr. House, and he was he was a great, brilliant doctor, but a total wise ass and often a piece of shit. And in one episode, he said, "I never joke," which is ironic because that's all he ever did. And me and my wife say that to each other all the time. I never joke.
He's underrated.
That was great. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've seen him do too much
Well,
else.
remember him in Friends when he was sitting next to Rachel on the airplane and
No. Oh,
she was headed to break
yes.
up Ross's wedding and he just
Yes.
chimes in and he's hilarious.
Yeah. Now you guys might know this one, and where is it from is the question. He says, "Clever girl."
Clever girl.
Oh, that's Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs.
Mm, could be. Well, I thought of it because of Jurassic Park when he's talking about the velociraptors being intelligent.
That too, yes.
What I discovered was that was actually predated by somebody saying it in the same manner in Total Recall, which came out just a few years prior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clever girl.
You guys might know this one, and my wife says this all the time. Exits are here, 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 here.
I do know
It's the genie from Aladdin.
it.
Mm.
But it's just there's
Yeah.
common words, and we just always find ourselves saying these things for some reason. Devin submitted some. One I want to share is he says when he says goodbye to people, he always says, "Bye, buddy. I hope you find your dad," which is from Elf, which I guess is funny. Oh, here's one from Friends. Do you guys watch Friends or not? You didn't,
Really?
right? No, no.
Are
All
you
right.
serious?
Do you know what this is from? You know what this is from when Joey says, "Oh, did I get you?" He's like drilling through the wall, and
Yeah.
Chandler's
Oh
head
yeah.
is on the other side of the wall, and he almost drills into his head. Oh, did I get you? So me and my wife will say that to each other if I don't know, we bump into each other or something. Um, boy, that's really on there. That's another Jim Carrey. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go one more here for now. Ah, this has died out, but me and my like college friends who are still my now friends used to say this a lot. Identical. That is from My Cousin Vinny when the lawyers are describing, something that happened on the scene. It's just something that we found to be hilarious, and it lasted for a long time. It kind of died out, bringing it back to life right here. All right, who's got some others to
Go
share?
ahead, Bryant. You're first.
So we say a lot of different things, but like a lot of them are they're from TVs, movies, but like there's all just random things that we talk about. Like for me, the one that I say consistently anymore is I call Sue darling. Don't know why, just start doing it. Just start calling her darling. Don't call her anything else anymore. Not baby, not anything like that. It's, hey, darling. How you doing, darling? And that's just become the thing now. Like if I don't call her darling, she looks at me funny and goes, "What'd you say?" It's like, I'm sorry. You got this. So from TV, obviously we're gonna I'll use a South Park reference here. There's a character on there named Jimmy who likes to tell jokes. So in one of the episodes, he's trying to get people to laugh. So he says, "Come on," but just how he says it. So anytime we say it in our house, we say it like Jimmy now, which is, I mean, come on.
Well, I feel like you've shared that before.
I have,
He
but
might have. This
I
was
might have.
difficult.
This was difficult.
Oh,
Yes,
well, how about you yell and frown?
I will.
Because it
Don't
was
worry.
difficult to try to remember what we already did.
Write it down.
I
I did write it
did.
down 6 months. What was it? 3 months ago?
Control F.
Go back to the archives.
Yeah, we're gonna have to apparently watch all the old episodes, guys, which you can find on YouTube, by the way, or on your local podcast app.
Oh,
But it's just something funny for us because we'll do it anywhere. Using South Park again, there's an episode where Butters becomes a pimp, and all the pimps keep saying, "Do you know what I am saying? You know what I'm saying?" And Butters says it really slow and like precise. So that's how we'll just walk around and we'll be saying something. She'll be explaining something to me. I'll be explaining something to her, and she'll just go, "Do you know what I am saying?" And just like that, just high pitch, like, "Do you know what I am saying?" Just because it's a laugh to us based on that episode.
yeah.
Um, then of course, Sue, she loves this movie called Swiss Army Man. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Oh, phenomenal movie.
What haven't you seen?
Phenomenal movie.
What the hell haven't you seen?
And there's a scene in there where Daniel Radcliffe is this corpse, and he starts to fart, and they talk about how, and Paul Dano is in the movie, and he talks about, when you let your fart out in front of someone, it's because you love them, is because that's how you know you care. So that's what she likes to say when she farts. It's, well, I only do this because this is to show you that I care. And I'm like, no, it's not. No, but I just think it's
I don't think
hilarious.
she wanted you to share this.
Wow.
I don't
Yeah.
care.
Well, she obviously doesn't listen.
Wow.
I didn't want to say that part, but yeah, she's not going to hear this. But yeah, and again, it's just funny to us because then I will in turn do it to her and say it back to her. So just another funny one to us on a random movie. See here, I wrote down some, but then there's some of these that I'm like, I feel like I've done before, but again, I don't know. That's my problem here. So for the last one, I'm going to use, I will use it's a wrestling thing of obviously, because I just have to tie in something wrestling that I say in my everyday life because that's just how this works. I like to now steal from Roman Reigns, and I just find it hilarious to just go, "Can you acknowledge me every once in a while? Just acknowledge me." And now, because she likes to play along when she does it, she goes like this. All right.
It's good.
Not all the way in the air, but she'll just hold it up and go, all right, all right. And I'm like, okay, thank you. That's all I needed. And that's how I know she's listening.
A lot of interesting things in that household.
Yeah. We like to yell and scream back and forth and not pay attention a lot. So
So I have a few. This one we probably started hearing a lot more when some of us on this show listened to podcasts in about 2020 and 2019. The main host, Conrad, would always say, "Hurtin' for certain." And I have adopted that. And I don't know how, it's just like if I have a really bad headache or if I'm really sick, man, I am hurting for certain. So that I never heard that before. And then he brought it to light. And now I say it. So this is in the sales world. And this is when you can't get any more money down from a person. At the end of it, I always say, you can't get blood from a stone.
Do you say it? Do you say it with a comedic tone like that?
I do because they've already left. And we didn't make the deal. So hey, you can't get blood from a stone. And everybody knows what that means. I've made it happen. So last time I said not interested on the show. Like if someone says something I didn't like, not interested. Well, I also have another one that says no thanks, but it's with the attitude that I say it with. Yeah,
Yeah.
no thanks.
We,
You Yeah, just it could be for anything. Go
Very
ahead.
dismissive. Yeah, we say that to, well, I say that to my son. If he's like, climbing on something he shouldn't be. No thanks.
Right. So me and my really good friend from high school, we watched probably every Seinfeld episode 1,000 times. I feel no, it's not true, but about 10 times a piece probably. And we used to just not talk Seinfeld forever, and then because we'd be at school or forever, and then we come back and we would just start using these lines again. And when I was sick last week, I watched a lot of Seinfeld. I did some binging with Seinfeld, just had it on, falling asleep, waking up, falling asleep. And it just all came back to me. What I used to say a lot, and we used to say together is, and if there was parts of this show that you remember, so there was the Merv Griffin show, and or no, the Frogger one where George had the high score of Frogger, but the store was going, the pizza place was going out of business, and they couldn't unplug it, but he paid for the machine, and you know what Jerry says to him? Well, see, now you're actually doing something. And
That's
we would
good.
say that. We would
That's
say that
good.
all the time. There's another scene where George is really mad because he had shrinkage and someone catches him and see after he comes out of the pool, he has the shrinkage. And it was Jerry's girlfriend. Well, she was kosher and she wasn't allowed to eat anything like that wasn't kosher. So she wasn't allowed to have lobster. And so he's mad at her because his girl left because she told her that that he had shrinkage. So then he makes breakfast in the morning and he makes eggs. And she is loving these eggs. And he goes over to her and she says, enjoying them. And then she was eating eggs with lobster, but I always say that to people, enjoying them.
So all of yours are just being a sarcastic jerk,
Yes.
basically.
There's also the scene or the episode where George stops having sex, so becomes really smart because his mind is used for anything but sex. And he's sitting in the coffee shop by himself reading books, and he puts his finger up because they were about to interrupt him, and he goes, "Absolute zero." And I would say that just randomly, like when people come over to me and I'm busy, I'm like, "Absolute zero." No one got it, by the way. And then a lot of times on the show, when something was about to go wrong, Jerry would say, "This is gonna be a shame." Just so that's my line for when I know something is going to go
Yeah.
wrong.
Seinfeld is chock full of lines. Yeah.
So
Good
that is
work.
only four, and I probably have 25 that I
Yeah.
could do, but that's it.
Good work. Thanks for sharing. I'm gonna close with a few more from my list that I really like. So this one is funny to me for a few reasons. I'm not a regular watcher of Saturday Night Live, but of course I've seen it. And of course we have our joke here where the last sketch of the night and the last segment is the weakest one.
Yeah, you wait till this week.
So so we were watching one. This could have been 10 years ago, and we just like it was late Saturday night. We turned it on, and Louis C.K. was the host, and there was a sketch with him and Bill Hader, and they were like cavemen. It was like, thousands of years ago BC, and something that they didn't like happened, and they went, Jesus Christ, because it was, apparently it was before the birth of Christ, and I thought that was so funny, a throwaway line, throwaway joke in a throwaway skit,
No,
and
that's good.
I say that all the time if there's a scenario where somebody would have, said Jesus Christ in vain like that. This one is from Modern Family, and I love this one. I jokingly say it to my wife all the time with her permission because I think she's the one who found the joke to be so funny to begin with. But you know, we've all seen the show, right? Phil Dunphy was a lovable guy, but sometimes very oblivious, and his wife was pretty attractive, but he didn't always see it that way, which is crazy because she was attractive. And there was a comment about how he would see her without makeup, and then when he saw her with makeup, he would go, "There she is." So like my wife will come downstairs and she'll be halfway made up for the day, not done yet, to grab a cup of coffee or something, and then 20 minutes later now she's fully done and I'll go, "There she is." If somebody does something that's like mildly saving the day, or they remembered something that we were supposed to bring, or I picked something up at the store that was really useful, I will often start ironically singing Hero by Mariah Carey. And then a hero comes along because, it's just not, it wasn't that important. Trivialize the situation. This is something I got two more. This is something my friend said to me 20 years ago. We were driving around and I made a wrong turn and I got lost. And he went, "Nice going, Magellan." And I just,
Mm.
just thought that was the funniest fucking line. I still say it, and I hope that you guys can adopt that into your lingo. And if you're ever a passenger and somebody messes up, nice going, Magellan. And finally, uh, many years ago, my wife had a digital camera, and it had a battery that you had to pop in and out and charge. And when the battery ran out of juice, a little note came up on the screen and it said battery exhausted, which we thought was pretty funny. And we still say this, like if someone comes home real late from work or something and just they got nothing left and they plop down on the couch, battery exhausted. We still
Good.
say it. This little message that was on this little like, Nikon camera from, 15 years ago. Well,
Very good, Matt.
thank you very much. I enjoyed that.
Very good, Matt.
Good.
Always enjoyable. Which brings us to quirky eggs, which is our personal quirks. So, Brian,
I have too many of these to even begin with.
well, that's why I put it on again.
'Cause I have so many. Um, I trying to narrow this down also. Uh, this is again, personal quirks. For me, I never let my fingernails grow. So naturally, you would think, oh, you clip them very regularly, all this. No, I bite them. Um, I bite my nails consistently. I bite them all the time. When I drive, I do nothing but bite them. It has become my driving quirk, I guess I will call it, to where when I drive, I will just sit there and I'll just chew on my nails. And that's what I don't want to say keeps me calm or something, but it's just something that calms me as I drive. I just sit there, chew on my nails, drive away as I do all my driving for work and stuff like that. So I guess that's a quirk. I don't know.
It's funny. I don't chew my nails, but I mean, I have, but I pick them. I pick them, and that's how I don't ever have clippers, but I pick them, and I keep mine pretty short too. All right, go ahead, Matt. We know when is your pedicure every week?
No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no pedicure. No, I've never had. Well, that would be first of all, it'd be a manicure, you jerk.
Yeah, yeah. See, I don't know. I don't know these things.
Yeah, yeah, you do. I bit my nails for a long time into adulthood. Not proud of it. It's gross. It's unhealthy. And I finally stopped. I used proper clippers,
Boo.
but I let them grow way too long. And my wife was like, she'll grab my hands and be like, "What are you doing with these nails?" And she pressures me to cut them.
Understand that.
So it's funny with quirky eggs. I decided to talk about something that happened a couple weeks ago. We were talking about Planet of the Apes, and one of our hosts on the show said that the way his brain works is that he just can't watch the current Planet of the Apes. He has to go back and watch the ones from the 60s or whatever they're
Who would have
from.
said that?
Yeah. So I decided I'm not going to do my quirk. That's the quirk I want to talk about. That we live in a world where you don't have to really watch everything all the time because every week, whatever you're watching catches you up. That is in wrestling, that is in shows, that's in movies, that's in everything. And I don't think I'd necessarily watch like Spider-Man 2 before Spider-Man 1, or I wouldn't probably, like I wouldn't do anything, or I wouldn't start a series in the middle of the season. But I'll tell you what, if I'm 4 weeks behind on wrestling for AEW, I'm going to cut out a couple of those weeks from about a month ago, and I'm just going to go ahead and catch myself up with what's provided for me. Matt, you are a psycho. This isn't a quirk. This is an obsession. This is a problem.
Yeah, it's neuroses.
So that's my quirk.
Yeah. Your quirk is
Yeah, I'm just talking about you. That's it.
picking
I'm
me
not,
apart.
yeah,
Okay.
it's just that I can't believe that quirk that you would have to watch 15 to 15 hours of movies.
Yeah, I just, I put, well, I'm not saying I'm going to. I'm just
I
saying
think you're going to. All
You're probably right. We'll see. We'll see.
right. Well, now that we've talked
Um,
about Matt's quirk, it's Matt's turn.
so I mean, mine is about me being very neurotic. I am very neurotic about like keeping up with like household maintenance and duties that most people probably let fall by the wayside. For example, I like to make sure that we have clean air in the house. I've got air purifiers, humidifiers in the bedrooms, a dehumidifier in the basement, stuff like that. I'm always cleaning them. I'm always changing the filters, buying new filters, making sure they're clean. I don't want any respiratory issues. I have multiple families that have had respiratory issues, multiple family members that have had issues. My son, he's fine, but when he was very small, he had some respiratory issues. So I was like, I need everything to be, clean and tidy.
You guys get
Um,
sick all the time.
that is
You're
not true.
always sick in that
No,
house.
we went 11 months with nobody getting sick.
I
That's a
like how
long
there's
time.
I feel like there's that countdown. You have that board on your wall. It says 25
Yes.
days since last illness.
It
Yeah.
was 11 months. And same goes for like, I've got a ton of smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors, right? I'm always testing them, replacing batteries. I don't mess around. What's the point in having these things? People probably go change a filter and they're like, "Oh, this is disgusting." So you were making your situation worse. I got one more if you want one more.
No, I go ahead because
Yeah, please.
we're skipping the SNL slot tonight.
Why?
Yeah, because I decided I'm not going to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Um. So if I ever get actual mail, snail mail, or if I have like a print lottery ticket that didn't win, anything that I looked at and I don't need anymore that's like physical paper, I have to tear it in half before I throw it in the garbage can. It's like my brain acknowledging that this is officially garbage. I can't just put it in the can.
You showed it.
I mean, it's just for me. It's just for me. It's a quirk.
Yeah, it's a quirk. So I wasn't kidding. I've decided that I don't really like my topic. Yeah, I was going to do this thing about video games, but really it just seems very SNL slot available. So I'm going to forgo, and I'm just going to call my topic this week the hard boiled,
So
which
this,
Okay.
so this is it?
this is it. This is the show.
This is the
This is the
show?
show.
So Matt, go ahead and hit us with the socials.
Wow. An eggs first.
It's just not. It just doesn't look good anymore. I,
Jesus Christ.
I decided it's no good.
Jesus Christ. Well, thanks for listening. We are Three Eggs Are Better Than One, cooking up every Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else you get your podcasts. Find us on YouTube at Three Eggs Are Better Than One, the number three, the letter R, the number one. Follow us on X, Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok at Three Eggs Are Better, the number three, the letter R. And our individual accounts at Yes Man Brad, at B Haremza, and I am at Purple Shirt Guy without the I. How about some five-star reviews on Apple Podcasts? Please comment on our YouTube and engage. Apologies to Bober, we ran out of time. Next week is, I think, Brad.
Yeah, so what I want to do next week, I'm not sure. I got two ideas, and I want my eggs to vote on it right now. In one corner, I'm going to write down 20 actors, some famous, maybe some not, but you'll know who they are. And then I want everybody to say what their favorite movie is that they're in. Or graphic tees. Top 20 of all time. What's your favorite graphic tee? What's your least favorite graphic tee? What's it going to be, guys? Because they both sound horrible right now as I say it.
I have questions. First of all, are we going to eventually do both?
I don't know.
Okay. Do we have the list of actors ahead of time, or are you just springing it on us?
What gets that to vote?
Bring it on us.
Spring it on you.
I
Then
can't
spring
hear
it
you,
on you it
Brian.
is. Which is really unfair for me though. But
Yeah,
I mean, I'm the one that's I'm gonna know in advance.
I think Brian's muted, even though it doesn't say that he's muted.
Brian, you muted? Say something, Brian.
I'm trying. Nah, I don't
Oh,
know.
All right, there's some stuff there that happened.
Yep. Notice.
You're good. All right,
you don't
so
have to commit. You're the outline maker.
Yeah, you can change whatever you want.
No, I was just saying what you guys thought. That's all.
I still say spring it on me with actors. I'm up for that.
All right.
We should probably talk about video games or whatever that other thing was.
No, we're not going to do that. I think Cubert's in there. I don't want to talk about Cubert anymore.
Hubert.
So, all right, we'll do the actors and then we'll do the other one another time. So that's what it is. Top
All
20
right.
or 20 actors. What's the movie? Matt's gonna have, he's in the most obscure stuff.
Is it men and women?
It's gonna be men and women.
Okay.
Might even be children. All right, Brian, take us home.
Please. Can't hear him.
So this has been Three Eggs Are Better Than One.
Can't hear him.
Cooking up every. No, that's not what it
No,
is.
that's my line. Wow. This is the SNL slot. This is
The egg timer's
bad.
been set. We'll see you guys next week.
Brad makes a comment. Please stop this.